What's up guys, it's the Devil's Talent here, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at how you can improve your W keying skills by analyzing one of the best controller players in NA East, and that is Deyy. But before I get into this analysis guys, if you do enjoy my content or find what I'm telling you helpful, please drop a like in this video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on post notifications. Also, I recently just got my supporter creator code. It is talent.fn if you want to support in that way. But without further ado, let's just jump right in. Alright guys, as you can see on the screen we have Deyy's POV. He's going to be landing Salty Towers. This is going to be a 20 bomb from the solo cash cup. He immediately lands on a tack. And then first kill is really just a good example. One, getting that ramp in there, creating a protected right hand peek. And as you notice when he's moving, if we kind of just rewatch that little engagement in slow motion, just a couple of things in terms of movement that it just allows this kill to be so easily. So not only is it really good off spawn, right, good awareness that the opponent has a lever, but it's good movement is what prevents him from taking a ton of damage. He immediately protects a ramp behind him. Really good job. Edits it, places a wall. Now the opponent basically tries to shoot through, but notice how he's ducking back to a right hand peek. Cracks. Good duck movement right here. This opponent looks like he whiffs, and then boom, GG's on the next one. Really good stuff. He gets in the next engagement pretty quickly. He's gonna end up farming around here, nothing too crazy, but here, let's just jump right in because this is another great example of angles. We're gonna slow this portion down, and as you can see, he has a pretty insane mid game. So, goes right here. He has cone on this opponent. He now puts it perfectly in the cone. Now, what he does here that's so smart, instead of trying to edit through, he shoots through so he can jump back up and replace the cone. This time, the opponent is stuck there. So now he's stuck on that layer unless he edits out. Gets a nice crack wall, and then jumps immediately to a right-hand peek. Beautiful. And then again, jumping, always moving back to where he has protection, cracks. And then now the opponent's weak, he can be a little bit more aggressive. They trade shots. The opponent has a god tack, so it ends up taking quite a bit of damage, but he has tons of heals. Let's go in the next portion. He's going to run the same rotation that pretty much everyone runs from Tilted. It literally is always the same. What you end up liking to see, this engagement is a little bit longer. He goes Tilted, then Pleasant, and then towards Coliseum, towards where all the movement is. Now this fight is actually pretty long and drawn out. Let's just take a look. The opponent does a good job of, I guess, running, but and ends up, I don't know, extending the fight. This isn't the best engagement, but there are some good things that he does in here that are just textbook W keying. Let's take a look. Here, finally, we can maybe get it right here at the level I want to get it to. Apologize, guys. All right, perfect. All right, we'll start off this engagement. Notice this opponent's in the house. Now he's going to kind of break through each individual wall, get it one tap, and then he's going to do a click speak knowing that his opponent's is there. So what is that? It's this right here. And then he's editing through with his blueprints, getting a cone slide, and now look, he has an escape plan, right? He wins that train doing more damage. The opponent quickly splashes. Not over aggressing right here, but this fight does take a significant amount of time. Now you're going to notice, one thing you're going to notice about that Deyy does here, never takes out his pickaxe for any of these walls. It is always weapon pressure, especially with attack. 37. Now he knows they're about the same HP, the opponent probably being a little bit less or a little bit more, but finally the opponent splashes, so Deyy decides to heal as well. And then notice shotgun pressure, which the attack is so good, just wasting shots on walls to get them weak. I believe he does the same thing here. Good. Notice cone slide, and this is a right hand peek. Opponent attempts to snipe, he gets one tag through, so now he's at a little bit of advantage. Another clicks peek. Basically editing through with the blueprints. Gets the cone slide, but doesn't jump down on that wall, right? Doesn't psycho over aggress. Now what he's going to do here is good crosshair placement and let the opponent end that fight himself. Just very, very good. Just playing his angles. It was a little bit of a longer engagement, but he just played it extremely well. Let's take a look here. Going to the next one. As you can see, he has an absolutely insane mid game. But only 3 kills to start off. You usually expect more coming from Tilted, but only 2 opponents surviving there. Here, we're just on it, so let's go. Hopefully we can just get right to it. Nice. So like I said, the kind of rotation it goes Salty, Pleasant, Coliseum, and you look all around. Now opponent's building up on him. Good cone, beautiful. Right there, cracks his shield. Same exact type of thing, not using the pickaxe at all, just tons and tons and tons of pressure with weapons. Tried to Click's exploit in right there. No pickaxe, always shooting through. Beautiful, gets the cone slide. That is a left-hand peek, but his movement is what allows him to be successful, and then cone slides. And then AR, again, never took the pickaxe out on any of those walls. All shotgun and AR pressure, and you're going to see him switch this style up when he switches his shotgun. He ends up getting a gold charge. Okay, let's go into the next one. I don't believe it's... I guess it is a significant amount of the time. He doesn't notice that his opponent's there. Kind of just is going to go around the map. Looking around. Alright, we'll talk about this. Good pre-fight damage. They're using the crystal to get piece control. And same thing, right? Not taking the pick out. Same exact thing right there. Just cones them off both times. Let's fast forward here. Now he's going to see this opponent in brick here. He's going to pressure the wall. Get him to maybe come out. Good attempt at a cone. You see Deyy do this particular move a lot with that jump side. Beautiful. Cones him off here. This is also a right-hand peek. Cone slides. Nice. Let's just take a look. Let's re-watch that because that was really, really nice. Let's watch it in slow-mo and just talk about what... It was kind of textbook right here. So there's... It's good examples of piece control, movement, all that. So he attempts right here to get the cone. Notice he misses the wall at it, so he ends up just coning himself. It's okay. Doesn't panic. He does this jump quite a bit where he just places a flat over his head side jumps, places a wall to protect himself. He cones. Now he jumps to the side. The opponent makes a play. He misses, but... Oh, I hit the wrong button. I apologize. My bad, guys. Just have to rewatch that again. I apologize. Okay, we get it right here. But notice he gets the wall, but he's on a right-hand peek. He places a... And then he immediately changes it using, again, weapon pressure is the biggest thing from this VOD. Cracked. Now notice how what ends up happening here is he realized he's a little bit overextended, and now he's hugging that wall a little bit tighter, and the opponent has nowhere to go. Deyy owns literally every single wall in there. Now there's an opponent right here, so this fight kind of picks up immediately, but he's going to end this fight so fast just with a simple cone slide. Opponent's double swinging on the wall. Good movement, cracking, and then good recognition that the shotgun isn't reloaded, and he ends that fight even faster. Good little piece control. Cone slide gets the opponent. Good timing with it as well. The opponent is double swinging on the wall. And that's how that fight ends so spectacularly fast. And he gets a quick 2 kills with good piece control in movement. And even right there, he had good recognition. Now he gets into a ton of mid-game engagements. We can kind of take a look and see what ended up happening here. I fast forward directly to the kills before. Let's just take a look. So sees this opponent right here. Gets on the wall. Opponent box. Cracked. Ooh, they just basically taking a 50-50. He misses, and his opponent ends up getting an easy kill on him. But fortunately he has fish, so he's able to almost instantly. It's a good thing to do, exactly creating space, and then look back. Now I believe Deyy is just going to decide to use his chug splashes, which is, I think, is smart. Nice, good read. Goes for the cone, realizes his shotgun isn't reloaded, and you see the same type of jump through. 75. Beautiful, gets that front wall, cone slides. It's a good example of piece control. Let's just watch what he did there, because it was honestly a little bit scuffed. Just a tad bit scuffed. But he does a great job of kind of recovering. Here, go back a little bit more. Opponent, he does a good recognition, so... He places right here, jumps to the wall, and then he has that cone right there. Good ducking to the left. Shoots through, doesn't unfortunately get it. They trade. The opponent actually ends up missing, which ends up helping him a lot. Opponent's kind of spam building. He gets that side wall, and then so importantly gets that front wall right here and cone slide. Keep him on the same layer, and that's a GG's. And I keep hitting buttons I don't mean to hit. And now everything's scuffed. Fantastic. All right, let's see where if we can. I believe he was right here. So if I mess that up, I do apologize. He was right here. Excellent. We'll just play it at normal speed. Good job right here. Good attempt right here. The opponent misses. And then just good examples of piece control right here. Boom. Wall. Then wall. Boom. Dead. Nice. Next game is pretty quick. Yes, what is going to end up happening is he ends up seeing this opponent who's trying to sand for some reason, who's been hiding there the whole time. Good movements. Ducks immediately when he shoots. And he takes the trade, trusting his aim. GG's. Opponent's horrible, so nothing much to say. Now he was really going to really start going on a kind of a tear, if you will. If you look at this mid game, he's just frying out. Now, gets into this particular engagement. Again, nothing but shotgun and AR pressure. Takes a little bit from behind. Covers his head. Bouncers 37. Full boxes. Pre-boxes. An absolute masterful job right there. I want to watch that again just because it's pretty. That's very, very pretty to me. That is piece control to the absolute finest. It's preemptive piece control. It's piece control at the beginning. He full boxes him not once but twice. Good use of a bouncer. 37. He gets that front wall. Gets both side walls. Gets everything. Cones everything. He recognizes where his opponent is going and pre-boxes. Immediately cuts him off. Opponent runs right in. And notice how he's kind of crouch peeking, accelerating, and then using a right-hand peek always. That was excellent. Great stuff from Deyy right there. That was probably the just the most elite clip that that we're gonna see. Just piece control into a nice pre-box, predicting the opponent. It really is good. Let's see the next engagement. He's gonna be vibing around here. He sees this opponent sipe a 30. He's gonna get what we like to call pre-fight damage. Boom, quick 70 tag. The opponent's on a scuff flare. And you're going to see him again pressure. He kind of clicks, psychos in, immediately gets that cone. Cracked. Opponent is 1 HP. And then he just gets in there with a good job. And he's confident taking that fight with pre-fight damage. Now, this mid-game is interesting. He has a lot of bouncers because he's already at 11 kills. You're seeing good attempts at piece control right there. This opponent does a good job of actually just kind of avoiding Deyy. We'll kind of speed this up through. Not much happens. He just kind of gets little tags here and there. This opponent just kind of keeps running away back to his old stuff. Hits him for a little bit. Deyy kind of scuffs his edits here. But after this kind of sequence of events, what he ends up bouncing in, and then this kind of keying fest begins where he just ends up picking a lot of eliminations. Now, not much to say here. This opponent is sitting there trying to sandtate. That's the second opponent he's just picked up that was trying to sandtate. Just kind of blind. Now, this opponent is definitely going to regret spraying at him because Deyy is going to absolutely wipe the floor with him. Again, same thing. Good cone to kind of keep on the same layer. The opponent's already shot. Good attempt at a pre-box. Nice. Good recognition. Using all those cones, he tries for a good breakdown. He's pretty open. I'm surprised he doesn't be a little bit more cautious. I guess he's pretty confident that no one's behind him. So he edits this opponent down. He's kind of making a good job. The opponent may have still... Nope. He had Dragon Charge, and what he's going to end up doing now is going to drop the tack for the charge, and you're going to see a difference in how he attacks. Really, really good pre-fight damage with a hip fire. Now this opponent is kind of panicking, running for his life. Deyy uses his own. Good thing to reload first. This opponent is looking absolutely lost. He's going to bounce her up because this opponent is basically panicking. He hears the opponent get hit one more time. He's even weaker. And then he's going to get a free elimination. And the W King doesn't stop. Notice taking bouncers. He realizes no one's in there. He's going to be able to get all that loot. He's going to take the 3 bigs because he already has chug splashes. And you're going to see off a crystal, continuing his W King prowess. Now, this is a really good engagement. Let's take a look at what he does here. He sprays through. He doesn't psycho in. Immediately gets it to a cone slide, cracks. And then beautifully what he does, he has an escape route. He places a flat. The opponent takes his blueprints out to try to protect, and he can't. That little floor is so crucial, protecting himself from the opponent. And then that ends that fight quickly. Really, really textbook stuff. And the W King doesn't continue. As you can see, he's still going to end up getting more mid-game frags. He sees this opponent running through. Now this engagement just shows you kind of how bad some players can be. But Deyy does a good job of getting piece control right here. He misses. Opponent takes it back. Deyy, again, not using pickaxe pressure. Using wall pressure. The opponent just basically starts spraying at him for whatever reason. And Deyy is going to pop 2 peppers and continue this extremely torrid pace. He's now got 4 flops for endgame. He's absolutely chilling. Good reload management. Sees this particular opponent right here. Now this is great. He drops this opponent on the super scuff lair. Immediately, as he moves back to the left, builds that back wall. Good crosshair. So the opponent is trapped. And he, like, notice, can't talk. Protects himself with this front wall, places that back wall to keep the opponent on the same layer, makes the same type of vendetta. Now this opponent has no defense. Even if he places a ramp, there's nothing this opponent can do because of the layer that he's on. And then he just gets absolutely taken out extremely fast. And now we're at 17 kills with 20 more in the lobby. Let's kind of go to this end game now and see what he does, because again, it's more more of the kind of saying this opponent's going to do a good job of running away from me. But let's just kind of get to the mid-game. Or the mid-game, the end game. So he's in half and half with about 16 people, not a significant amount of people. He's going to take an engagement. So let's just kind of take a look as he moves through stuff. There we go. Alright, so he's just kind of cautiously pursuing this opponent. He kind of pre-boxes there to make sure that if the opponent edits that way, he resets. He ends up getting that wall. This is slow, methodical W King. This is not over-aggressive. Right-hand peek gets 1 tag as well. He has that front wall. Beautiful ramp placement, Mongrel Classic-ish. Boom, gets it. Now, Deyy is going to kind of continue to key. I'm surprised he was trying to psycho in there, but he ends up not committing. It's the same person who was running from him earlier, who's actually done a great job of running away from Deyy this entire time. That opponent probably has smart awareness that it is Deyy. If you're a good player, you see who's in the lobby and who looks really good, and you can probably tell Deyy that is, you know, from an outside perspective that he's really good, and you don't want to fight him if you're not a professional player, so it makes sense. Deyy's kind of burning a lot of mats here unnecessarily, in my opinion. He doesn't really need to go for eliminations. He's all set to win this game. And then he eventually does rotate. I feel like after you got that 1 elimination, you should have been pretty satisfied. He's still 2-1-5. He still has a little bit. Now he's going to get a nice elimination by bouncing ahead right here. And catches an opponent that's rotating late that doesn't have bouncers or awareness. And he gets a spray through, gets a free kill. He's going to bouncer again. He has so many. It looks like I believe that's 28 it says. So almost infinite bouncers. He's going to make a challenge for height. Good attempt at a cone right there. He ends up getting a height from this particular opponent. Ends up getting a good fry. He does not care about how to play height. Textbook this isn't stacked. He's confident with his amount of bouncers he could take height. And you're going to see that's exactly what he does. Now this is a great job right there of getting out of that situation. He almost got piece controlled. But he's like, okay, well, I'm going to still go for height. I have so many bouncers. I just got to refresh the mats. That's exactly what he does. He catches his opponent kind of lagging behind in the storm. He gets a free elimination. Tries to bounce there, doesn't get it, doesn't care. Has so many whites heals. He gets up. Notices his opponent. He's kind of pressuring. Again, we're now at 20 kills. Looking for opponents to jump through. Doesn't happen. This opponent actually almost kills Deyy. Good free box. My god, that was so nice. Opponent's going to do a great job of recovering. They kind of trade, and then Deyy gets absolutely fried. They kind of I think he gets that kill there if he doesn't have to reload, but I was surprised he was still looking for that. Nice. Still looking for picks even when he's significantly weak. He probably knows the opponent has attack and isn't going to be able to one-tap from there. He has so many hills. So he gets to a quick 150. He jumps down. He gets really fortunate here. He steals that kill from that opponent and really good aim, hipfire aim. GG's, incredible stuff. The biggest takeaway, in my opinion, from this gameplay was, one, the use of weapons to pressure walls. Always, he has insane piece control, sure, but just something that's very, very different, I feel like is excellent for controller players especially, is to use your shotgun and use your AR more. Switching to the pickaxe is not ideal in controller. You have to cycle through, and it always puts you back to your shotgun, and that's not always sometimes what you want with the best play when you have your pickaxe out. We didn't even see any pickaxe baiting, just constant use of the tac shotgun on the walls, constant use of the AR to get through builds. It was something that was just stuck out to me. Deyy does that apparently a ton, doesn't take his pickaxe out at all. Pickaxe swinging can get you in trouble, you know, double swinging, you see it happen all the time. Good players make read on double swings and getting up cracked. Never happened today. When Deyy was on a wall, no one, I believe, even shot him. I believe people made attempts to. I believe there was one that had a good attempt when he was spraying through, and it ended up not even working out. The biggest, like I said, the biggest takeaway is just one, AR pressure and good understanding of how to W key. And the rotation of the map was excellent. Plus, I understand it was a sand zone, so that also really benefited him. But if you go Salty, Pleasant, Coliseum, you're going to run into the most amount of opponents. He did a great job of just ending fights quickly for the most part, not getting any too crazy engagements, and textbook piece control ended a lot of those fights fast. A really impressive VOD review of Deyy. But guys, that is going to do it for today's video. I hope that you did enjoy. If you did, please drop a like on this video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on most post notifications. And I hope I'll be seeing you in the next one. Peace.